have a reading for you about someone that you're able to pick up on being a fake or a fraud, being a bit two-faced, or even creating this whole like persona just to be in somebody's social circle, or perhaps even dating somebody that you care about. But it's like you're the only one who sees, or people feel like you're being overly harsh, and yet you think that they're basically just ignoring the signs. Hello, Dracula, how you doing? We've got the Banshee and the Siren. All I could hear was a warning scream. Ignoring the signs won't make you free. And Siren, as enchanting as it is, the reflection in the water, it can lure your soul to depths where illusions falter. So there is this understanding or realization that other people don't see the same thing that you do, and they may get kind of taken in by this fraud or this person wearing a mask. And feels like the message is basically, how much do you try to enlighten the people around you to this person being fake? Hello, Joaquin. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Mr. F. How we doing? I think that's probably true. But we're working on that. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com, and you can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to get access to more content as a member. Thank you to the current members. You can also find a link to my Etsy shop if you're interested in a homemade soy candle. They smell good. Other than that, let's dive in, shall we? What is the best card for fake people? We're gonna go with the Fable Makers. Ooh, it's stuck. Hold, please. Okay. Got it. Hello, James. How we doing? Yeah, I don't use anybody else's candles, just my own. And I don't tell you all about it, but I make, well, I don't really very often, but I make 16-ounce ones too. I don't sell those. They're more difficult. But I have one lit right over here in the corner. All right. This is a very large tarot deck, so just bear with me while I throw them around the room, okay? We have the Devil in the reverse. Do you see where it's moving? I can't tell. Where are you moving, Devil? Oh, it's the people. The people have little tails, and the tails are moving. Okay, so Devil in the reverse. Okay, I think I just solved a mystery. I am flabbergasted right now. I've never had this happen. Okay, so I've been trying to find the tower in this Fable Makers deck, and I don't think I have it. And I've shuffled this deck multiple times. I've used it for other readings. I just got 2 Devils in the reverse, y'all. Those are the only 2 cards I've pulled from this tarot deck. I'm not supposed to have a second Devil. I didn't know that there was one in there, and then I pull both of them in the reverse. Okay. All right. We're moving forward. That's wild. Wild. Okay. Anybody want to calculate the statistical possibility of that? Because I feel like it's even less possible because of the fact that it's not supposed to have 2 of the same tarot card in here, right? And I didn't even know that there was 2. This is blowing my mind. Okay. So this is a huge warning about somebody having not great intentions. And do you see it? This is somebody who you know that they're potentially going to cause some chaos. So I feel like all of a sudden you see something extra concerning about this person, and it makes you realize that maybe you were a little bit lackadaisical about it at first, but now you really need to do something. More of a philosopher than a mathematician. That's fair. Hello, Tiana. How we doing? Only a few minutes late today. Yes. Wow, okay. I'm gonna pull myself together here. We have the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's someone here who has reinvented themselves specifically because they feel like they can get something from others. And it's giving, I think his name was Tom Ripley in the Matt Damon movie. What was that called? Oh, I can't remember. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where Matt Damon is pretending to be somebody else's, Jude Law's character. And pretends that, you know, they went to school together and they should be friends. Or that they used to be. But Philip Seymour Hoffman's character is like, I see you. I know that you're a fake. 2 of Coins in the reverse. 7 of Swords and the 4 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so this is about stopping someone from getting married or living with this person. Because the instability or the chaos levels up if that is not prevented. So that 7 of Swords, this is that fake energy, right? Yeah. So if someone feels like they've worked their way into a social circle and soon they'll be able to, you know, romance someone or live with someone, and that is to be avoided. I guess you also have that show called You. Wasn't he like working under like a fake name and trying to like make friends in the UK? Very similar situation, right? Hello, Alicia. Hello, RK. How are you doing? Yeah, you know, I'm a little bit shooketh. But that explains why I don't have the Tower in that tarot deck. They gave me 2 devils instead. But for both of them to come out at the beginning and also in the reverse, I'm trying to calm down a little bit, you know. Hello, Carrie. Hello, James. Hello, Viking. I do like quick readings, like a couple minutes at the end of the general readings. If you want to do a super chat, you can put your request in that way. Or if you want a long form private reading where other people don't get to watch it, you can email me. I record those and those are ad free. But those start at $40 USD. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, this person is not trustworthy. This is somebody who may even feel like if they are in a relationship with your friend or with your family member that they'll be set financially. So I do feel like, yes, there is motivation here associated with a sense of belonging. I want to be a part of that group. But there's also some financial gain that the fraud sees as a potential. Have a wonderful day, James. I hope it goes well. Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing? Hello, Bratface. How are you doing? So this is the Dali Tarot, if I did not mention that. Interesting. We're talking about two faces, and look at the backgrounds. Got a man and a woman back there. On the Nine of Cups. So we have someone who has a goal or like a dream. Like, I want to be a part of that, or I want to be friends with that person, or maybe I'm obsessed with someone. I was talking about not having the Tower and the last one. Here's the Tower and the Dali Tarot. Oh, I just love this tarot deck. It's so beautiful. People falling out of the sky. So in order to avoid ruin, or in order to avoid perhaps feeling left out, maybe because they've run away from some problems in a different place, they're trying to, you know, scooch in, get all close to you, be your bestie. But they have ulterior motives. I do feel like for the majority of you, you're seeing this fake person try to romance someone that you care deeply for. But keep in mind, this could be warning you that there's someone who wants to be all up in your life and they're not being honest with you. But you're picking up on that fake energy. Everybody else is over here like, oh, you're so funny, you're so great, we should be like friends and stuff. And you're like, you don't smell that? You don't smell the fake? That's weird. I do. You know? Exactly, Rachel. Hello, Jim Mike. Did I say hello to Jason? Hello, how are you doing? Yes. So we have the Two of Swords, Four of Cups in the reverse. There is a decision that someone has to make, and it looks like their decision is, yeah, come on. You can be a part of the group. You can be my best friend. You can move in. We could like fall in love. That sounds like a great idea. But you can tell that this is not someone that should be like cozying up to the group or seducing one of your favorite friends. This is someone who's after stability or pretending to be something they're not in order to have that sense of stability. So we have the Three of Wands. This is somebody who has traveled from afar. And with that Two of Cups, yes, they're after a sense of belonging or friendship, but they have set their sights on someone romantically. And I feel like there is marriage or living with somebody on the table. And this message is coming through to address that, right? Oh, I've heard of the Shadow of Turin. There are some people who feel like it's fake, and there are some people who feel like it's real. But it is fascinating regardless. Seven of Wands. They're like ramping up their plan. This is why, like, the timing is so precise with this reading, is because they feel like they're about to get what they want. They feel like they're about to get that stability, relationship. Maybe they're after you know, oh, you're about to get some inheritance. I want you to like take care of me. Nine of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Three of Swords in reverse. So, you know, no pressure or anything, but it looks to me like if this reading is for you, it's because you have the ability to prevent someone from making a major life change. Maybe it's even like lending someone some money, letting them drive the car. But I feel like it's a bigger situation. You have the ability to save someone that you care deeply for from feeling like everything is perfect with this new friend or this new romantic partner, and showing them who this person really is because they're not being honest, right? Illusions are about to falter. This is the Noisy Tarot. What else do we have? Hello, Stainless. How are you doing? Knight of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Eight of Wands. So you might be in a position where you can have a conversation with this individual and warn them that the person they might be a little bit head over heels for, or that they might feel is like their new best friend, that there's a reason to be a little bit cautious or wary, that there's no need to just like rush right in. You want to make sure you're dealing with this person with your eyes wide open, knowing who they actually are. And I feel like for whatever reason, you're the only one whose intuition is going off and letting you know, like, this is someone who can't really be trusted. You're right, Tiana. I think it's like maybe 80 subscribers away from 25,000, so I'm pretty excited. When we get to that 25,000 subscriber mark, then I'm going to do a live stream with free readings on it for y'all. I can't do everybody's, but I'm going to do as many as I can. Hello, Perceived Awareness. How are you doing? Hello, Flower. Hello, Two. Hello, Joey. How are we doing today? I hope y'all are enjoying your weekend. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Death card. Yeah, so there's like some precipice here, some decision that's about to be like finalized, or you know, we're getting married, or we're moving in, or I'm lending them some money, or whatever it is. And no pressure, but apparently because you see who this person truly is, it falls to you to try to get this person to see that they can't actually trust the new person. The new person who is a fake, I'm going to refer to as this Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is someone who has lied about who they are. They also came through as the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Does not mean that they have to be a woman. But with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, there's some divisive nature here. And maybe you're the first one to see that this is someone who cannot be trusted, and someone else starts to feel the same way. That's how it happened in, oh, you guys, what is that movie? Talented Mr. Ripley. That's it, right? It started, I believe, with the Philip Seymour Hoffman character and then spread to someone else, right? I think eventually Gwyneth Paltrow's character also felt like he was a fake. Hello, BB. How are you doing? Thank you, Flower. How's your weekend? Guidance. Exhausted. I'm sorry you're feeling that way. It sounds like you might be going through another awakening. And like, I can't trust anyone. That's fair. What is next for me? I've added that for you. Thank you, Flower. What else do we have? I love that too. It's difficult when you're going through it, but worth it. Knight of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. They say something and it doesn't align with something previously said, right? Like, oh, I was born in Spain. And then they tell someone else, oh, I was born in Panama. And you're like, wait a second. You can only be born in one place, okay? You can't do that twice. There's something here that does not align, or something that really is jarring. Something that may even inspire you to do a little bit of investigation. So we might see the Hermit come through. But we have this desire to figure out, what is it about this person that is setting up the red flags? And what is it that I need to know in order to help my friend, or perhaps it's a family member, to see through that illusion and realize this is somebody who's trying to get some sort of advantage here through the romantic connection. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Bradley. Hello, Synthesized Souls. How we doing? Hello, Key Controller. I love when you all are so helpful to each other. Thank you. I appreciate that. Page of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands in the reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is someone who has reinvented themselves, but it's not like a, I realized that was the wrong path for me. It's more of a, I don't want you to know what happened in my previous life. Excuse me. But I feel like somebody's over here like, I'll pretend I'm focused on, you know, making dinner, but I'm listening. I'm figuring you out and plotting when I'm going to have that conversation with somebody. All right, this is the Divine Feathers Oracle. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Thank you for the bless yous. I appreciate it. Hello, Dana. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Poor Frankie. Is there anything preventing me from getting pregnant? I'm adding that for you. And I'm wishing healing energy towards Frankie. Can it happen? naturally. I've added that for you. Thank you, Dana. Let's see. Is it still the weekend for you all? I wanted to say, like, I hope your weekend's going well, but I think it maybe is, like, approaching Monday, right? Hello, user. How are you doing? Y'all are funny. I used to work for a woman who would literally, like, be sneezing across the office from the rest of us, and it would be like, achoo! And we'd be like, oh, there's Heather. I don't know where she is. We've got White Owl. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. So here's what the feather looks like. This is saying, trust your intuition. You're right about this person being fake. It might be that it's a struggle to get other people to agree with you. No worries, flower. Oh, that makes me so sad. Well, here, let's just see what we can get on that. All right, what else do we have? The Kingfisher. Prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. Okay, so we got somebody here who is like aware that someone has a decent amount of money or someone is about to like come into some money. And that's part of the issue. So I feel like your role here is you're protective of somebody that is sitting in a nice situation financially or is about to get some windfall of cash. And the new romantic person here is like eyeballing that. Like, okay, cool. You can just like pay all my bills. I believe it, Mr. F. That's funny. Four blocks. Oh, Lord. We got Six of Swords in the reverse. And the Emperor. Yeah. You're dealing with a friend or a family member. Maybe even for some of you, this is an ex, which would complicate things, I guess. But this Emperor is the person who is doing well financially or perhaps inheriting some money, and someone is wanting to, you know, cash in on that. So the person you're protective of is this Emperor, and you're the High Priestess. So again, the fraudster is the Queen of Wands in the reverse. You're dealing with an Emperor who is interested in this Queen of Wands in the reverse. Doesn't mean the Emperor has to be a man, and the Queen of Wands doesn't have to be a woman, and the High Priestess doesn't have to be a woman. Take it how it resonates for your story. But this is saying your intuition is on point, and like everybody else is over here operating with a blindfold on, because they don't want to see that this Queen of Wands in the reverse is actually very manipulative and not being honest about who they are or what their motivations are. So we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Again, there's something that this Queen of Wands in the reverse says that conflicts with something else that they said. They don't keep their story straight. And as a result, you're able to do a little bit of digging, a little bit of, let's take a look at that. Because I feel like maybe we'll find out what you're lying about or what, like who you really are, what you were up to before. Hello, Burton. How are we doing today? Let me add that for you. Is G serious about me? She's been wanting to talk and date. She's not sure because of the age difference. We can see if that would be an issue for you. Thank you, Burton. This is the Visconti Sforza. I do believe that's the Hermit, y'all. The Hermit, but the Hermit's coming out in the reverse. So they're hiding information about themselves, hoping that nobody figures them out. But I also feel like this is partly attributable to the Emperor energy, who's like, oh, I've fallen in love and I don't want anybody to say anything negative, right? Because this person is delightful and I just want to be with them. Who are you talking to, Zorro? LOL. Hello, Speeding Disposition. How are you doing? Yeah. We have the Queen of Swords. This is your energy. Realizing that somebody is hiding their true identity or their true motivations. Even though you may not have a full appreciation for what they're hiding or who they truly are, you can smell that something ain't right. So you start digging. Maybe you're a pro at investigating the social medias. Maybe you have a way about you in terms of speaking to people, calling them up on the phone. Oh, hey, yeah, no, I'm the aunt of this person. I just need to know, like, could you send me some documentation? I see you doing a little bit of research here to confirm your intuition, which is warning you, Page of Swords, that you have been told the wrong information or that this Queen of Wands in the reverse has in fact lied to you. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you, Bradley. So look at this. I love this. So we have the Page of Swords and then the King of Swords. It's the same face, right? Look all innocent. This is, and pretty similar to the Queen of Swords face, right? This is your smiling face when you're actually like digging into someone's past. Like, oh, hello, good to see you again, faking Fred. I hope you're having a wonderful day. What have I been up to? Oh, just tending to the garden. I did some laundry today. A little bit of light car shopping on the interwebs. And then you don't mention that you've also been digging into their past. But we go from Page of Swords to King of Swords because you're becoming an expert in this person's business. You figure out what they're lying about. I'm not saying, like everything, like what time of day they were born and what their aunt's maiden name is, but you figure out what's going on. And with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, you're like, okay, I'm on to you. I know what your real motivation is. Thank you. I guess that is the nature of having high vibrational energy, Mr. F. Other high vibrational people will find you in smaller numbers compared to the people who are manipulative that want to, I guess we could call it like energy vampire kind of approach. Or they're attracted to you because other people are attracted to you, right? They might try to mimic you. So we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. This is like, don't mind if I do. Inviting yourself somewhere, or, you know, looking up some information that this Queen of Wands in the reverse really didn't think you would be able to get to. But you're over here like, no, 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 I'm going to protect my friend. I'm going to protect my family member, right? I know that you're lying about something, and I know what your real motivation is, and I'm going to prove it. So you're listening to your intuition, that Nine of Pentacles. Thank you, Flower. Oh, I wonder if I can add this. I can. Okay. How... Okay. How healed / freed from karma emotionally secure am I? I had to write it really small, but I got it. Thank you, Flower. Grade me again. You do. It's right there. How's it going, Mr. Hydra Head? I don't know if you speak Spanish, because I'm tempted to say it in Spanish, but I lived in Cuernavaca, Morelos, como estudiante for a semester, for like 4 months, and absolutely fell in love with Mexico. So I also have this guy right here, along with several other things. But I do miss Mexico and the people that I met there. I had the most incredible host mom down there. Yes, Jennifer, I think they're explaining it to you in the live chat, but you can put your question in a super chat and then I will add you to the list. Oh my, you guys, I didn't even realize I blew right past the 35-minute mark. My bad. Let me pull a few more cards and then we're going to start on those personal questions. Hey, Jurian. Did you like say hello or just dive right into, are you a witch? I don't know. What's your definition of witch? Do you attribute negativity to that, or do you appreciate that intentions matter? I thought so. Hey, it's cool though. I still wish you a lovely rest of your day. It's Sunday morning. Why aren't you in church, Jurian? Look, we get some hate on this channel as far as religious beliefs, and I get it. That's how some people feel. But if you're on the fence with regards to that, I encourage you to acknowledge that there are so many different sources of truth, and tolerance of people that are different from you enables you to learn and absorb more of that truth and understand either, you know, how to validate what your beliefs are, or at least appreciate where someone else comes from. But to slam someone down and, you know, judge them so quickly, it feels rather egocentric to me. Perhaps that's because my father's always been a big believer and a student of philosophy and religion. But when they wanted me to get confirmed in the church, I said, no, hold on. I haven't even done my research. I need to look into the other religions of the world. You know, there's so much to learn out there. So let's not judge. All right, so we have the the 5 of Cups in the reverse and Temperance. So you're able to figure out what this person's actually getting into. You're able to, I think, find some proof. And you're the ticket here. Your intuition guides you, and then you find some sort of concrete evidence, some receipts, to help your friend, the Emperor, make a better decision regarding marrying this person or moving in with this person or whatever it is that they're considering. So you have what it takes, and with the Fool and the reverse, I see you exposing this fraud to the person that you care about, the Emperor. So, good show, old chap. Hello, Harvey. Could you please do me a favor and stop spamming the live chat, please? I would be happy to pull some cards for you, but you're going to want to put your request in a super chat, please. Yes. Well, and I have said this before, but a lot of the tenets of Christianity were taken directly from paganism in hopes that it would get more people to actually buy into that new religion. So it's particularly ironic for me when people want to judge. Anyways, we'll leave that alone, shall we? We're going to dive into those personal questions. Hello, Yo-Yo. How are you doing? All right, so we have Flower up first, and then we have Dana, and then we have Burton. What should we use? What should we use for Flower? We will use the Royal Fez, the Moroccan Tarot. I'm doing well. Thank you, Yo-Yo. I hope your weekend's going well. All right, so for Flower, what guidance is needed for Flower at this time? What guidance is needed for Flower at this time, please? Ace of Cups in the reverse, the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess in the reverse, and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. It feels a bit lonely because you are seeing the truth of people around you, because those individuals have not earned a seat at your table. So you are traveling from one chapter or like one stepping stone in your life to another. There are going to be goodbyes, there are going to be revelations, there are going to be frustrations, but this is the same as it would be if you were ripping out an old bathroom and putting in a new bathroom. This would be the same kind of transitional energy as if you were moving to a new place. Packing things up, realizing some things you don't need. That doesn't come with me, but this is important. Let's load it up. There are people in your life who they're jealous of you. I feel in particular the friend that we talked about the other day. And this is the expulsion of those people who feel that it's more important to be able to talk about you than to be a good friend to you. Those people are getting expelled. Adios. Turd nugget. Six of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse. It is better to know that somebody is not trustworthy than to continue in false security, thinking that that person has your back. But do not for 1 second think that you are going to be alone. You are merely learning how strong you are on your own with no restraints. You were previously riding a bike with training wheels. Things got, a little bit difficult because those training wheels have come off. You are yourself. But you are also very capable of seeing who needs to be in that circle going forward. So yes, there are going to be moments where you feel alone, but you are still protected. You still have people who are watching out for you or people who are looking out for you, right? Hello, Gracie. How are you doing? Hey, Varun, if you would like to have me pull some cards for you, you can put your request in a super chat. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you. Did I say hello to Ventura? Hello. Yes. Look, I'm not going to lie to you all, okay? I have few friends. I do consider many of you to be my friends, right? You're in my collective. I genuinely care about you. I want you all to be increasingly happy. But as far as people that I see regularly face to face, there's not a lot of them. I think when you are committed to working on yourself, it can be difficult to have a community of people who understand that commitment because people fall off. People get distracted. People revert to their old toxic self. That's okay. Let them do that. You can be an inspiration. You can be helpful. You can give advice. But at the end of the day, sometimes the path that you have chosen for yourself, it's going to have moments where there's nobody else on the bus. There's nobody else on the train. That's okay. It gives you time to recalibrate. It gives you time to assess what's going on. This Ten of Swords card is a pretty brutal card because a lot of people are focused on the fact that this is somebody who is, you know, laying on their stomach with 10 swords in their back. But one way of looking at it is, dang. So they couldn't even take you out with one? They had to get 10 swords? That's a lot of strength. That's a lot of determination. But I also don't think it means you're down for the count. I think it just means that you have closed out a chapter where you were dealing with people who were willing to put swords in your back. So yes, it feels a little bit lonely. Yes, it might feel like there's no one for you to trust, but it's you clearing it out so that you can invite new people to the table, right? Yes. So give it a moment. Things will even out. You'll find the outlet where you can plug in and recharge. And you might find yourself in a new room or a new place with people who appreciate what you've been through, right? Hello, Darla. How are you doing? Hello, Pharaoh. How's your weekend going? So, yes, it feels like you are on your own, but it's important for you to realize that you don't really need anybody else. It's important for you to realize the true strength backing you up. So, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse and the Hermit. When you get challenged to recognize what you had been blinded to for a while, right? With the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, you didn't see it, and now you realize who should not be in your energy. It's you leveling up. It might feel like it's you losing, but it's you embracing the intuition that you have and seeing what's really there. So this too shall pass. You are only getting closer to where you're supposed to be and the people who actually deserve a seat at your table. The people who have also been doing the work and the healing that many people ignore. So there's a King of Swords in your future. Doesn't have to be a man, but this is someone who has gone through a similar situation where they have felt like they didn't have anyone that they could trust. You don't know this person yet. But as other people leave, so will you see new people showing up. It's like, man, this is how big my closet is. I can't go buy new clothes until I like donate some things that maybe I haven't worn in like 2 years. I know we all have that, right? Clear out the closet so you can make room for the things that you do want to wear, right? LOL, Modern Haze. I'm gonna pass, but thank you. This too shall pass. You need alone time. You're healing, but you will also see the beautiful energy more clearly in the people that you can trust. You'll recognize each other more readily. But this King of Swords, it's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be the day after that. but you're going to meet someone new who you do feel like you can trust. Just keep your faith in that. And what's next for flower, please? So we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Someone's going to try to come back to you and lie to you about how they treated you or what their intentions were. And I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but it's important for you to keep your distance from this person. That's what actually closes out the cycle. You can be a human. I'm seeing you like in a dryer, right? Going around in circles. You can have a repeating cycle with somebody where you want to trust them, but they let you down. Or you can end the cycle and walk away and be like, nah, I think I learned my lesson. I think I know what's going on. And that's what brings about this Ace of Pentacles or this new energy. So when you accept that you were on not so stable ground, it helps you to identify, oh, that over there is not swampland. That over there, I could actually build on. So right now there's a little bit of hesitation or resistance towards a new chapter. Embrace the new chapter completely. It's coming for you. It's going to be a happier situation, but it does require a little bit of light packing. And how healed or freed from karma and emotionally secure is flower? Let's go on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, I love that. I asked for a scale of 1 to 10. They give me the King of Cups. The King of Cups is like, if you want a card that represents emotional stability, it would be the King of Cups. So I'm going to go ahead and say you're like 9.5 or a 10. Now we got the Wheel of Fortune. You are very close. Do not give up. There's one last little test here. So go on with your bad self, King of Cups. Yes, there are some things you cannot take along with you, but the most important thing is you have that beautiful soul. So prepare for good things. Be positive in terms of what you envision for yourself. This is just, you know, you can't bring a checked bag when you're going to a faraway destination, a beautiful island. You probably want to travel light, because otherwise if you have some connections, you might lose that bag, right? You're just traveling light. It's okay. So you're doing quite well, flower. You are a great example for your son. All right, let's see what we've got for Dana. We're going to go with the Pulp Tarot. Oh, I love you too. Oh, that's awesome, Mr. F. Well, hopefully you can also tell I'm sending you a hug. You got this. For Dana, what's up with Frankie? Was he hit by a car? I sure hope he wasn't. He was not hit by a car, but it does look to me like there was a fall. Or he was standing on something that was initially sturdy and it gave out underneath him. I'm seeing heights. Not so much a vehicle. So I don't know if you're able to take him to the vet, but I do feel like that would be a good idea. Will he recover? With the right assistance, he will, yes. He's a pretty strong guy. And is there anything preventing Dana from getting pregnant? No. Maybe just destiny in terms of timing. Well, I love that. So the Temperance card in this tarot deck is the only card that I have that says part man, part woman, which, you know, if you're looking to make a baby, I'm pretty sure it requires part man, part woman. I do feel like there's a baby in your future, but the timing is really important. Yeah, 6 of Cups with the 2 kids there. I don't feel like you need to do IVF. I feel like you'll be just fine naturally. But it's all about timing. Oh, if this were a personal reading, I think I'd be a little bit more in depth with the significance behind the King of Swords. It may be that the other part of this equation has some challenges. Does that make sense? I don't think it's your part in this. It might be the other person having some struggles. But I do see you having another child. So maybe there's a doctor's visit for your partner. But you seem to be just fine and fully capable of that. And I wish you luck and abundance. We've got Burton up next. Burton, we will go with the Marseille Cat Tarot. No, Marseille Cat Tarot. Sorry. Okay, good. Yeah, I think with that assistance, he's going to be fine. All right, so for Burton, is G serious about Burton? Yes. But there is somebody else that G thinks about. Is the age difference a problem? No. I think it's more so that you just need to pay close attention to your intuition. Make sure that the way that you are communicating or connecting with G is resonating, right? Because you might be, in some situations, you might be speaking different languages, right? Or you might have different approaches. What about this other person? So there's someone who I feel like broke G's heart, who is trying to make their way back into G's life. Is this already happening? Are they already talking? Yes. So this person's already sent a message. And I feel like G is like 75% decided, like, I don't need this drama in my life. Because this person's toxic, and I feel like they would just, if they had the chance, they would just break my heart. So is G pretty focused on Burton? Yes. It's like, I don't want to do anything to mess this up. I also don't want to rush it. So I think this looks pretty good, but make sure that timeline is working for you as well, right? You want to make sure that you feel like you've had enough time to yourself. Hello, Bobby. How are you doing? Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing it as a problem. As long as you can bridge the differences in communication or the approach to romance. That is the issue here. So it could be the way, I guess I could be kind of cheesy about it in reference love languages. If you haven't talked about that, that might be important. But the way that you approach relationships might be different. So that's important to keep in mind. All right, y'all, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Oh, no. Yeah, it said it wasn't a car crash, but a fall. Well, be careful with that, Burton. might not be ready for a long-term relationship, and that could be part of the issue here, right? All right, y'all. I love you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to, and I will see you